Hi. You asked for a tour of my craft room and a look through my stash, so here it is. I hope my videography isn't too sick inducing, I don't know. Yeah, hope it's not too bad. Well, I'll start right here. This is my sink area. I apologise if it's a bit mucky, I use it often. My Big Shots, my sewing machine, my photo printer with random rubbish on it. These drawers are just full of just little bits of stuff that I don't use very often. Random tools and things. This one's got my dino in it and some tape, but it's mostly things that I want to scrap from my children. This is when my son drew me for Mother's Day and it went into the paper. I have the reddest face in the whole world. In here I keep just sewing supplies. I have some sketchbooks. I draw out some sketch ideas and things in. Some very old photo albums. Paint chips, I use those often. And yes, I totally stole them from B&Q. My knitting loom for pom-poms. A whole rack of fabric flowers. Now, I don't know that I've ever used these. I'm not sure where they came from, if I was gifted them or what, but I don't recall buying them. At any rate, my very favourite watercolours. I utterly adore these. They are the best watercolours in the world. I love them. Just put them back in there like that for now. Some more Big Shot things. A desk tidy for glitter, which I never use. I think that's a Tim Holtz product actually. I can't quite remember. Let's move over and we'll do this unit first, I think. In here I keep photo overlays and washi sheets and photo stickers, that sort of thing. Just keeps them separate from everything else. This one I keep chipboard and word stickers, lots and lots of chipboard, anything sort of with dimension rather than flat stickers. I like to keep my flat stickers separate. This one is a drawer full of punches. It's not ideal, but I have found a better way to store them. My drawer of shame. I used to subscribe to the Simon Says stamp card kits, and I absolutely did make the cards, but this is all of the papers I have left over, and I plonk them all in here thinking that I will go through them and sort them out at some point, and I just don't. The idea just gives me palpitations, so they just sit there. This drawer is my other sticker drawer. These are flat stickers, no dimension to them. She says finding dimensional stickers in there, which should not be, but there you go. It's pretty easy to just flick through those when I need them. This bottom drawer is it's stuff I don't use particularly, but that I think I have an idea for, so I keep it in here so that I don't lose it in amidst my stash. And we have these little pots that I keep on here, stuff that I do use often. This is from the Maggie Holmes confetti kit. Lots of little bits bits of wood veneer. God, I forgot the name then. More random veneer. I think these are freckled fawn paper clips. I've got lots and lots of resin flowers. I got them from eBay, I think. Little resin birds, just because they are adorable, I think. And these again from eBay, just little paper clips. There's a penguin. I thought were cute. I think these ones are Amy Tan actually. Amy Tangerine paper clips. Homemade enamel dots. Scrabble tiles, a whole heap of buttons. This is my homemade flare. I got the idea to make these from Inky Quill. If you haven't checked her out, you really should. She's super fun. So yeah, that's all my homemade flare. This is a jar of tiny word stickers that I made myself. I just made them on the computer with a typewriter font and printed them out onto cardstock. There's all sorts in there, but there is a huge amount of things like favourite and what's like colour, because most of the companies are American and they never include the U, which I just can't bring myself to use U-less letters, so I make my own and I have them there. It's just some stickers and glitter tape and things. Got my stamp pads, my Hero Arts scrubber pad, more stamp pads. Those are the Martha Stewart ones. Distress foam, my beloved ink rack with all my distress inks, my So Mrs. Stamp inks, my Hero Arts inks. Hero Arts and So Mrs. Stamp ink have the exact same formulation, so they're interchangeable as a brand. They're really cool. All these are Hero Arts. My favourite blacks, Versamark, jar of tools and paintbrushes, my washi rack. I have a huge amount of washi tape. It's almost obscene, but yeah, that's where I keep those. My second printer, which I just use for printing, you know, black and just normal prints. I don't print photos on this one. In this drawer I keep my glue gun, some embossing powders that I haven't transferred, some glues and tapes, embossing pastes, this stuff. I have never used this stuff. I've never bought this stuff, but somehow I have two of them. How does that even happen? I don't know. Anyway, some epoxy dot things. I don't know what they're called. I can't remember. This one is just printer paper and photo paper. Nothing special in there. And then we have this unit here. It's got foam pads, wrapping paper, just bits and pieces that I don't use very often, but I do use, so I just keep them out of the way. Over here, packaging that I'm dying to find a use for. Tiny album that I've yet to do anything with. My favourite watercolour pencils, small little albums, lettering book, I think that's tracing paper, old book paper. Over here we have where I keep my flare. let's move that down for a second. We have the Craftmate slot boxes, which is where I keep my little bits and bobs, mostly sequins, but a few other bits. As you can see, I have quite a lot of sequins as well. I've got some homemade enamel dots, lots and lots of those. I think those are just like Tim Holtz ideology bits and pieces. I don't actually use anymore. I used to be quite into making Tim Holtz style things. It's been years since I did. This is some pencils and German pens and push pins, as you do. Stickles, which again I do not use. This is just other bits and bobs of stuff I want to scrap. Same in there. My envelope punch board. Ooh, and here you can see where I'm making my own custom shape. They're going to be like enamel, custom shape enamel thingies. Dymo. Okay, let's go at the top here. Let's go right to the very top. Up here I keep in there some silicone moulds. Those are scissors. Unmounted stamps. In there is things like buttons and anti-static cloths. In these I keep the papers that I don't use very often, specialty papers like sticky back plastic and foam and corkboard and that sort of thing. That's note cards, you know, empty note cards for card making. Sticker maker. In here I keep my small alphas that I keep by colour. So I keep them in these thick plastic record sleeves, and I sort them by colour so they're easy to pop through and flick through to find the right thing that matches my project at that precise moment in time. So I keep the little ones. As you can tell, I have a little bit of a thing about letter stickers, as you'll be able to see now. Because this one, which actually weighs, oh my god, it weighs a ton. This one is my sticker storage. So I can get it all in shot there. I have a shameful addiction to thickers. I am obsessive about them, and I have them in all sorts of colours and all sorts of styles, and glittery ones and colourful ones and rubbery ones and gold ones, and oh, I love them. I have a real addiction to them. I keep them all in here, and actually before I put that back, let me get you this one. This one is just an album that I keep. Oh, this one around, so let's turn it. It's just an album where I keep the flat but tall alphas. Again, just to make it easy for me to flick through them, find what will work for me for any specific project. I'll just keep those in a folder right underneath. She says, knocking things off everywhere. It's just a magnetic knife rack where I keep some tools. Let's pop these alphas back. Oh gosh, I'm sorry if I'm making you queasy. These two boxes are empty for now. This one is paper embellishments. I, again, like the alphas, I store by colour. When packs, I've used most of them, or a fair amount of them, I start to separate them out into the packs by colour, because I generally scrap by colour, so it's easier for me to have packs that I can just flick through Again, these are just record sleeves. 7x7 I think they are, 8x8 record sleeves. But I keep those in. This one is the embellishment I keep by brand. Studio Calico, crepe paper. Let me just keep them all in here. So I've used them up enough to separate them out by colour instead. All the ones that are my favourites, and I'm restocking on them, which I do as well if I use a lot of something. We have my stamp storage. I keep my stamps where they're easy to find. Sorry. This one's stamps as well, sentiments from my card making days. Lots of Studio Calico. I keep them in either the Adriel stamp and die storage pockets, or these little CD pockets, which are pretty awesome actually for the smaller ones. Much easier to flick through them. This one is my die storage. Again, exactly the same storage system as the others. Sorry, you can't see very well there. Just keep them all in there. And then at the back here is where I keep all my stencils. I have quite a lot of stencils as well. This was actually much fuller, but I recently sold a whole bunch. It feels really empty to me now. This is a IKEA box, and it's where I keep my my Project Life kits, which for the moment are mostly Studio Calico and Ali Edwards, until my new ones come, because I've signed up for some other kits since I'm no longer a Studio Calico subscriber. Some label stickers, tiny word stickers, lots and lots of those. This is a bunch of either cut aparts or other Project Life cards and stuff that I just keep stocked together so I can flick through them if I need a spare or something. My envelope punch board. Have I already said that? I feel like I have. Yeah, I don't really use that to make envelopes, I use it to make the tabs for storage. In here I have what's going to be some epoxy shapes I've made myself. I'm just gonna, I need to make the backs of them. We have my 12x12 papers. I tend to store by colour, so I've got my whites, neutrals, specialty and vellum. This one is usually the current kit I'm working on, which in this instance is Studio Calico's Galileo, which I haven't actually touched. I keep them in these, I keep all of them in these A3 plastic pockets, which I just cut to size. These ones I keep by brand. It's crepe paper, because I love crepe paper and I use them often, so I just keep those separate. There's some little wooden stamps, and this is where I keep all my wooden and cork embellishments. There's all sorts in there. Down here is pearls and gems and that sort of thing, which I don't actually use. I guess I'm just hoarding those for whatever reason. This one is my favourite because it's all my enamel dots. I'm obsessive about enamel dots. My puffy stickers. Again, I have lots and lots of puffy stickers. This is miscellaneous, other bits, random things that don't seem to fit in either of the other two categories. In here is roller stamps and various stamping tools. Nice Stamp-O-Magic. I've got more 12x12s here. That's my blacks and greys, yellows and oranges, multicoloured, pinks, my teals, blues and aquas. The side of here I have my cardstock, just A4 style cardstock. It's Nina Solar, some craft, multicoloured, and they're all branded as well. They do actually have brand labels on them, so I know which one it came from. She says, finding two that don't. Yeah, in this one I keep usually resin and acrylic bits and bobs, some acetate bits. That's what I keep in there. I've got my art journal smash book, which is what I use for recipes. My mini album, which is my monthly 2015 album. Two 12x12, no, one 12x12, one 9x12. Page protectors and the Studio Calico bag thingies. My photos that I've already printed, which is ridiculously big and shameful. Tags and that sort of thing. It's all in here, sorted by colour. This one is specialty papers, so it's cardstock with glitter, foil, masking papers, just various bits and bobs I don't use very often. Another album. Let's have a look here. Here is a little storage unit that I think is actually meant for garages, but I use it for veneer mostly. It's just various bits of veneer, resin glue, paper clips. Oh, that's cute. My daughter has a thing about flamingos. She calls them mingos. So we have flamingo paper clips for her. Yeah, it's full of veneer. And twine and metallic cotton, metallic thread, I don't know if it's cotton. My beloved gelatos. This is a spice rack, I think I got it on Amazon, where I keep sprays and inks and my son's toy together. We have this, which just has random mixed media stuff. My massive foam tape wheel, which I thought was you know, going to be a normal sized roll of foam tape, but it's ginormous. Rub-ons, 12x12 sticker sheets. That's some random sticker sheets. Sorry, 12x12 papers that I don't like and I mean to donate, and I will donate. Paintbrushes, pens and things, crepe paper, ribbons, twine, that sort of thing. I keep all my ribbon on these dolly peg things. 6x6 paper pads. Again, that's I do have quite a shameful amount of paper pads. Scraps. My typewriter. Yes, you can tell my son has been in here because there's toys everywhere. This is my desk. It's a pretty big desk. I'm quite lucky to have such a big desk. My Ali Edwards kit I haven't actually done anything with yet. My heat tool and my fuse tool. Paintbrushes, tools, glues, journaling pens, various tools, that's all embossing powders, various tools I use, something I'm working on, yeah, my trimmer, or one of them anyway. Yeah, that's my room. Sorry, up there is some glitters, embossing powders, glitter and sequins. Yeah, that's my room, so I'll let you have a look around again. I hope I haven't bored you too much, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Bye!